All right, hey everybody! Thank you for tuning in to Dave and Joe Liberty Stand. We are back with a vengeance. The topic, the heading of this is work versus labor, or we could say, I don't know, worker versus laborer, and what's the difference? How does that work, Dave?
I don't know, Joe. You were just telling me some fascinating facts about that. What were you just saying? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
He was trying to pull a quick one on me.
Trying to make him pee a little. but
and I'm on his couch.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's a bad idea. Okay.
So,
basically, labor is a communist term. Labor. You're laboring. It's almost like a slave term. It means like you're being forced to do these things for the man and all this stuff to make him rich, and you just get little crumbs while he gets the cake.
Yeah.
And all this, Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. A guy that wants to do to start a business, his job is not to give you a job. His job, this is a capitalist country, or it's supposed to be. And believe you me, I know we're getting further and further away from it. The fact is, when I start a business, I'm doing it to make Dave, that's me, Dave, as much money as I can possibly make. Because that's the American dream. Money is freedom, and I want as much freedom as I can get. I want to buy anything I want. I want to do anything I want, and I want to do it however I want, whenever I want. And the only way to do that is to try to get something that people want and sell it at a price they can afford it at and make them be happy with it so they'll want more of it, or tell their friends if it's something that they don't have to buy a lot of, often.
Over and over and over.
To tell their friends, hey man, this is great. I love this. And you got to get one of these. Whatever your business is, whatever it is. If you own a restaurant, you want people to go. That's the best place ever. Tell all their friends and they come back and keep bringing more people. And the key to making the most money, and plus I want to keep improving whatever it is I'm doing. I want to improve the product or expand on it. So you got to you got to make that money, and you want to live comfortable off of it. You're working your ass off for this, and you put a lot of money into it yourself. And so I'm sorry, I want to try to hire the best people for the lowest wage I can get so I can make more money. That is what a business is. Okay, so you're the person that works for me. Okay, I want to get you, if I think you're somebody good that I want to hire.
Right. That's going to help.
All right, I'll give you a shot. That's what probation period's all about and all that. Do they even have that anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, there's usually like a 90-day probation for jobs.
But I'm going to put you in there, and you know what? If you do a good job, I'm going to not only keep you, but you get a raise. And that's how. And you know what? If you show me that you're an asset to me, you're going to keep getting bumped up.
Right.
Because I want you on my team, and you're showing me value to me. And the more money you make me, the more I'm going to pay you. Just keep you on here to keep making that money.
Right.
And the people that aren't doing that, you're going to stay where you're at and do your little thing that you do okay. Or you're going to go somewhere else and do something else. Or if you screw up long enough, I'm going to fire you. That's the free market. And that's called merit, people. You don't have a right to anything. You don't have well, you do in the Declaration of Independence and in the Constitution. But other than that, you got nothing. Nobody that owns a business owes you anything. Yeah. They're there for them. They're there for that business.
Don't perform and do your job.
If you don't, nobody's making you work there.
Do you feel like the labor side of it is
and I'm sorry
to protect?
If you were somebody that comes on and is willing to do that and goes, well, you know what, hey man, you go in for the interview. I want to be here. I think I'd like to be interested in this, and I want to try real hard. I don't think of myself as a laborer.
Mhm.
I'm not here against my will. I'm not here not liking this guy I'm trying to get a job from. And I'm not here fighting against this guy that's giving me that job and trying to suck out of him everything I can get through the government to make him give me more. I want to prove to him I'm worth it.
Right, right. Well, it's like everyone's should have the same income. Like there shouldn't be a difference in. I mean, I think that's kind of
that's
what it sounds like
communism.
you're talking about. Yeah,
That's communism.
that's part of what it is. Yeah.
The labor movement is communism, pure and simple. We all have an equal opportunity to go out and impress somebody and learn about something and try their best at doing something.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean you have to get with the right person with the right skill you have. And
Right.
and not just to have it, but to have a good attitude and to really be part of the team.
Well, I think when we use our skills and our
don't-
abilities, it's encouraging. We grow and we have um, again encouragement, success, and then it helps you to want to do better. I think,
Absolutely.
right? I mean,
Yes, it's sort of like, okay, it's the old saying, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's like
mhm.
you are there to try to make your boss the most money possible with the work you're doing for them, and you will be rewarded, if you do that.
Right.
You don't go there and think of your boss as your enemy. I mean, he's the guy, or court, whatever, depending on where how high you're at. And yes, corporations are people. By the way, that's an old argument. Corporations aren't people. Yeah, they are. What are they made up of? They're people. Okay. Now I'm not saying I'm not going to sit here and stand up for Wall Street and big corporation and all that stuff that are in bed with the government and all that. That's a whole different program. But I'm saying in general, labor. If you consider yourself a laborer, you think the union's great or whatever. Well, by God, I wouldn't get paid what I'm doing if it wasn't for the union. How do you look at yourself if you think that?
Yeah.
You don't think you can go out there and really make somebody think?
Show what you can do.
Right.
Right.
And
On your own.
And why should this guy that's always
Right.
leaning on his shovel over there,
Well,
scratching his ass and
yeah.
talking on a cell
well,
phone,
they always.
when you're busting your ass?
Yeah.
Why should he get paid the same as you because you're all in the union?
Right. Well, I don't know if this kind of connects or relates, but they talk about government workers a lot of times they refer it to like the highway workers, where there's like three guys standing there, one guy doing the work.
Right.
That
right,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
right,
It's
yeah.
that kind of thinking. It's like, well, they're gonna get paid.
Well, I think they all take their turns if we all stand over here and then one guy goes
Yeah,
after, but,
it's not as bad.
But still,
but
that means,
we do.
why are we
refer-
paying for all these people when only one guy's working, though?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
Um,
There's and does that maybe do you think that has a connection with the labor unions and
would absolutely. Yeah.
stuff like that? Yeah.
I mean, any government stuff.
Yeah.
I don't care how local it is or all the way to. I
think the road crew guys get a bad rap. You think, right? I mean, because they're not all. A lot of those guys aren't even government anymore. They're probably
I think anybody that's a
contractors.
private contractor that
Yeah.
just got the bid. No,
Right.
I'm not talking about that.
right.
Yeah,
But they
yeah.
do. I mean, I'm talking about where they say government workers and
Right. right.
there's
They don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't care.
Well, and I don't. We're not saying every single person that works for the
No,
government.
we're not saying that there's not.
But we're
I mean,
saying there's
there's a
obviously
mentality
more,
there
yeah.
because it's allowed because they know that they're not going to get in trouble. I think most.
It's kind of like the politicians.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Well,
Maybe.
a good friend of mine for years. This has been some years ago. He started at a big plant here in our town, He was real excited to get this job, but you had to join the union to do it.
Oh.
And he didn't want to because he's like us. He was like, hey man, I want to be based on my own ability and stuff.
Right.
Good. He had to. And he's a hardworking guy, man. I mean, this guy, he really is. He's a good worker. He goes in there, and they're training him, and he's doing his job, and he's been there for weeks, and he knows what he's doing now. And man, he's cranking it out. He's cranking it out, and he's noticing getting some cold feelings from people, his coworkers. And one day, somebody actually comes up to him and says, "What are you doing?" I don't understand. What do you mean?
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
working.
I'm working. You're making us all look, but you got to slow it down. Because he went in there trying to be a good worker, and they're doing the union thing. Where no, we're getting paid this, and we're just going to do.
This is how many widgets we got to put out.
That's right.
A day.
And he was cranking it to his maximum ability at that moment to do it.
Yeah.
And
so how'd that affect him?
it drove him nuts.
Really?
I mean, he had to try to get along with everybody, but it was who he was. He's somebody that wants to do his best, you know? It was a tough one.
Is he still there?
No, he's not still there
okay.
anymore, no.
So he quit then?
Well, it's a long story what happened, but it wasn't because of that. It was something else. But,
yeah.
he finally shot someone. No.
I was going to say, I was waiting for that. I was like, okay, I'm not going to say anything until he confirms what's going on.
No, it was just a change of life thing.
So where did this kind of topic come from?
Well, I'm sure it was, I do research all the time.
Okay.
I watch everything, listen to everything, and somebody will bring up a subject, and I'll scratch it down on my little notepad, and
then he types it up later and prints it on letterhead. So
then Joe types it up into his, and I just refer to my notepad and try to go, wow, what time at night was that when I wrote that? Wow, I can't hardly read that.
I can't read that what I wrote. Yeah.
Joe, what does that say? But no, that's how I get the ideas. I just listen to all kinds of things that are going on in the world, and I get an idea from that, and I write it down. But no, this country is becoming a socialist country where it's, another say that biting the hand that feeds you. These are the people that are trusting you and giving you an opportunity, saying, come on board and join us, and you want to fight against them? You want to join some organization to be against the person you're working for? Really?
Which is the
labor
union
movement.
Yeah.
And this isn't just
labor.
Anti-union.
Union.
I'm just saying, like I said, you can be a union. It's okay. It's your prerogative if you want to. But I would personally rather be judged on what I can do. I don't want to make the same amount as the guy that's not doing nearly as much as me because we're in the same union and stuff.
Right.
I want it to be between me and my boss. And if I disagree, if I think I'm worth more than what he thinks, if I go, you know what, I know I'm 10 times better than I am the last time I got a raise and I haven't got nothing. Well, it's your prerogative to leave.
Well,
why should I force somebody?
Yeah.
Why would you want to work for anybody that you got to force to make? You got to force them to make you. Okay, it's like somebody loses their job, and you sue them to get your job back.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to be there?
Right.
Seriously.
Right. Yeah. If you
do, you really want to be at work
that.
every day? What kind of a sick bastard are you? You want to go into work every day where nobody likes you, and you're not. You had to fight through the government to get back there.
Yeah.
Wow. I bet you got a blow-up doll for a girlfriend. Or a chick in your pit in your basement.
Oh,
That-
no.
I'm sorry, that's just wrong.
That's wrong. That is wrong.
Yeah, we're
You win.
we gotta go now.
All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will. We can maybe talk a little bit more on this down the road. So thanks a lot. God bless you.